Welcome to Cake Money Confidential, hosted by your girl, Taylor Quinn. I'm a business mentor, wife, mom, projector, Enneagram 3, Cancer sign, and making money is my love language. Around here, we believe business gets to be wildly profitable and fun as fudge cake. In 2020, my first full calendar year in business, I made over $400,000 cash while full-time teaching, wifing, and growing a tiny human. Because I combine the woo and the work, I know I can have it all, and I'm here to teach and show you can too. You ready for an episode so juicy it should be confidential? Grab a slice of cake and let's dive in. Okay, y'all. I just can't explain. First off, I'm buzzing. Second off, I cannot explain how excited I am to be right here recording this episode right now. And I'm so excited for this next level of the podcast. I don't know. Well, if you're listening to this, you've seen the rebranding, and can we just take a moment? It is so good. It is so me. I feel like I need to record an entire podcast episode on the realizations that I had in 2022. Is that the right year? 2022? Yes, last year. About how I was running my business, about being a projector human design with an open G center. With an open? Is it open? Anyways, this is the point. And oh my God, just everything. I have so much to catch you up on. And I'm so excited. I am so excited. I'm also going to link my graphic designer for you in the show notes because one, I'm obsessed with her. Two, she fucking crushed the new branding for Cake Money Consulting and Cake Money Confidential. All things Cake Money. She is so damn good at what she does, and she is so intentional. And it was just the whole process for the rebranding. And now she works with me every single month to create incredible graphics for programs, any sort of graphic design inside of the business she is responsible for. And I love her. And I'm so excited. So I'm going to link her down below. Okay, y'all, I just feel like I need to take a minute. I don't know, let's all just take a deep breath together because I'm so excited. The energy is buzzing. Let's just ground in for a second so we can have this conversation because I know that is going to be absolutely transformational for you. So let's take a big, deep, clearing breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, y'all, let's freaking go. So, let me just preface this by saying, this right here is $1 million conversation. This right here is $1 million strategy. And it is so damn simple. And it's going to make some of you all very uncomfortable because you are going to have to look your excuses right in the eye. You're going to have to, you might not be able to see your blind spots, but I guarantee you a lot of blind spots are going to come up throughout this process. And throughout this episode, you're going to look them right at the eye. And today you're going to make a decision to not play into that bullshit anymore, just like I did. And I'm going to share a personal experience with you about this podcast and about coming back to recording it after taking quite a few months off, right? And I'm just so excited. Okay, so let's set the intention that, of course, this is just a core one of my beliefs in my business. You're going to get exactly what you came for this. You're going to get exactly what you came to this podcast to get, and so much more. It's also one of my core brand beliefs that you don't need to know how to talk to run a business. You can just get up there and have some word salad, okay? Anyways, so let's dive into this. The other day, I caught myself saying this. I actually said this to somebody. I said, I just really want. I can't remember if I used the word want or need, right? I was thinking about getting back on the platform of TikTok, but also this podcast and starting to record again. And I was thinking of ways that I can make it as easy as possible because hello, that is literally simple, easy. That's the Cake Money way, And I said out loud, I just need to really get into a flow with writing emails and posting on Instagram and recording for TikTok and creating for the podcast. And then as soon as I said that, I'm like, wait, right? Because the real answer hit me. It's not about this perfect flow. It's about fucking around and figuring it out. I just need to stop worrying about figuring out the flow, and I just need to fuck around and figure it out. Because the only way to actually figure out a flow for myself, the path of least resistance, how to make this as simple and as easy as possible, right? To really take my effortless and transform them into effortless is through just doing it, right? Is through just really putting my head down and creating the fucking podcast, creating the TikToks, creating the emails, creating the Instagram posts, and figure it out, right? And that can be the answer to so many questions that we are constantly, or even statements, right? Entertaining. All the time in business, we are putting up these energetic roadblocks, right? Saying, oh, in order to be consistent on Instagram, in order to be consistent on TikTok, in order to send consistent emails to my email list, I just have to figure this out first. Or I need to wait until my branding comes in. Or I need to wait until, like, whatever the fuck it is. I need to wait until my life is perfect and every day is the same normal routine. Like, that's a whole nother conversation for a different day that I clocked myself on too, right? But I really checked myself and clocked myself on saying this, and really had to mentor myself through it. Also a different conversation, right? You can ask yourself through a lot of this, like, what would I actually tell a client right here? And what would my dreamiest client do in this situation? How would they move the needle forward? And are you willing to honor and actually do what you would tell your client to do? Because that makes you a good fucking mentor. That makes you stay in integrity. So, anyways, what energetic roadblocks are you placing in your way, right? These, oh, if, once this happens, then I'll do this. Once I really figure out how to just post every day on Instagram, then I will increase it to whatever. Like, what are the requirements that you're placing on your business? And is the answer just to fucking do it? Just to take the action, right? What problems are you giving your power away to? What conversations are you willing to entertain? I made this flow, me needing to figure out whatever the hell that means. I made that a problem in my business when it did not need to be one. I allowed that to keep me from recording on the podcast and to getting back on TikTok when I just wanted to do it. And the answer was to just fucking do it and figure it out, right? And embody the energy that you can just figure it out. And the answers will come. It comes through experimentation. This is literally why we have these incredible experiments inside of Cake Money Method to help you figure out what your flow is, the aligned way for you to run your business so that you're obsessed with the way that you market your programs, your offers, and provide educational content for people and figure out what way of selling you can be the most consistent with and that you're obsessed with and your energy is going to be behind, therefore you're going to make the most money, right? We literally have these experiments for a reason. So sometimes the answer is not, in fact, most of the time, the answer is not some complicated formula. The answer is not some, extravagant plan. The answer is to just fuck around and figure it out, to just do it. So I really want you to check in with yourself. One, what problems have you created in your business that don't actually need to be problems, right? And what conversations are you willing to entertain? And I really want you to ask yourself these conversations that keep coming up on repeat, these internal conversations, whether they're with your mentor and Voxer, whether they are internally, like I said, with yourself, right? For me, it was like, oh gosh, I just need to figure out a flow. I just need to figure out a flow to make this the easiest for myself. I just need to figure out a flow. Are those conversations $1,000,000 conversations? Are those conversations that you're constantly entertaining on repeat going to get you closer to your $1,000,000 year? And that's what I'm constantly asking myself. Are these actual problems? Or am I just making them a problem to avoid taking the action? Let's think about that for a second, because that's opening up a whole other can of worms. Right? Like, what conversations are you entertaining right now? What problems are you creating because you're avoiding just taking the action that you know you need to take? Where are you waiting for it to be perfect when you could actually just get started? Where are you waiting in your business for A plus when really the cash flow is found in C minus? Right? That's what we need to focus in on. Where can you just get started? And stop waiting. Like, what the hell are we waiting for? Like, when we sit to think about that energy of, oh my God, I just need to get into a flow. Once everything is perfect and it's super fucking flowy, then I'll do it. Like, what is the energy of waiting? I don't know about you, but I'm not waiting for shit in my business. Like, I'm going. And so here we are. We're recording this and we're going to be back, and I'm going to figure out TikTok, and I'm going to figure out the podcast, and I'm going to figure out how to incorporate that with the email and Instagram. And then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create a module inside of Cake Money Method on it, or a training. And then I'm going to help my clients make it so damn easy. But I'm willing to go first. I'm willing to fuck around and figure it out. And so in your business, look at the problems that you are creating that don't actually need to be problems. And the answer is to just do it. Just take the action. Just fuck around and figure it out. Right? And where can we just like infuse that energy? More playful, more experimentation. This is so fun for me. Right? Like when we start thinking about things in terms of being an experiment, that's why we have them inside of Cake Money Method, which we're about to have one starting in March. And by the time this episode airs, it might already be started. But damn, I am so excited about it. It is all about selling as self-care and really tapping into that energy and the playfulness and the experimentation with selling and learning how to really do it every single day. And I'm like, I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited. But where can you infuse more of this playful experimentation energy in your business? We put too much pressure on ourselves, which first off, the moment I put pressure on myself, it's like playfulness just like goes out the window. I don't know about y'all, but the moment I felt pressure, I'm like, I don't know how to have fun anymore. Everything becomes so serious, and like that is just not me. Okay. So, we put so much pressure on ourselves to have it perfectly figured out and perfectly curated to just get started. And guess what? Perfect is where businesses go to die. That is literally like if you see the business graveyard, perfect is right there. It's like a sign. You know those big arch signs, like in order to enter graveyards, it's like perfect businesses. And then there they are, dead. So not today. Not today. Not me, not today. I would rather just fuck around and figure it out. And first off, I'm so excited that you are here listening to this. Second off, I want to know what comes through for you from this episode. So please DM me. If we are not friends on Instagram, let's be besties at Cake Money Consulting. Please DM me and tell me your takeaway. Like, what problem are you letting go of today? Like, you were going to draw a line and you're just like, I'm not willing to entertain this conversation anymore. I am not willing to make this a problem because it doesn't need to be one. Where are you willing to replace action with these pointless fucking conversations? Right? And just get started. Just fuck around and figure it out. Okay, I love you all. I feel like I'm so excited to re-listen to this episode. Honestly, like anytime I'm trying to get in my head about creating these problems because hello, new level, new devil all the time, right? I'm going to come back and listen to this episode. So I hope you download it. I hope you do the same damn thing. This is like a kick in the pants, a kick in the booty that we all need sometimes. I love you all so much. And remember to ask yourself, you can ask yourself this with habits. You can ask yourself this with actions. You can ask yourself this with lack of action. Is this something that is going to move the needle forward? Is this something that is going to get me closer and fully allow me to step into my $1 million year? Okay. I love you all so much. I'm so excited to be back. I hope you're so excited too. I love you all right. I'll see you next week. Bye, y'all. Podcast fam, listen, hold your cake pops because your girl has something she needs to say. It would mean the absolute freaking world to me if you would share our podcast with your community on Instagram. So if you love this episode as much as I love you and you want to help our podcast create even more impact in this world, all you have to do is take a screenshot of this episode and share it with your community on Instagram stories, tagging me at Cake Money Consulting. Plus, it's a win-win because when you share it with your community on Instagram, then I get to share you with my community as well. All right, fam, wishing you a booty load of cake and a massive amounts of money. I love you so freaking much, and I will see you next week.